Let's begin in a comfortable seated position, as comfortable as you can starting out today. Crossing the legs or crossing at the ankles. You can bring your index and thumbs to touch in Jnana Mudra. Just like you were holding a piece of rice paper, maybe just take the hands down to the thighs. Just get centered and check in to where you're beginning today. Notice any sensations, thoughts. Notice your breath pattern. And then let's start to open our eyes and inhale, reach the palms up. Start the exhale and then allow the hands to slide back down towards the hips. Start the inhale, reach up. You can turn your gaze up. And then exhale, take the hands down. Just begin to flow with the breath in and out of the nose. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, bring the hands down, lace the fingers and reach the hands back up toward the ceiling. Pull the rib cage in and then use your internal levers to just start to turn side to side. Try to keep your sitting bones grounded and just rotate with the upper body only. As you exhale, use your external levers of your arm to take the left hand across and then right hand to support you. And then just relax the neck and jaw. Take a gentle twist. Inhale, exhale. Sweep the hands back and up, lacing those fingers, firming the triceps in. And then again, just turn over towards the left. Work those internal levers and then take the right arm across. Use your left hand in support. Get some extension through the spine and relax the jaw and the neck. Just a gentle twist as you breathe into your belly. Inhale, come back to center and then take the arms out to the sides and begin these shoulder rings. So allow the scapula to move on the back. Allow those shoulder blades to move. Inhale, spin one palm up as the other rotates down. And just like you're wringing out a washcloth, just wringing out the upper back. And let your head and neck just drop towards that upturned palm. And you can sway a little bit side to side, so making the movement a little more fluid. Getting into the side body after a lot of linear movement that we do during the day. Just warming up gently. Inhale, come back to center and then cross the right arm on top of the left. Hug the arms. You can stay with that, or you can take and press the back of the hand into the outside of the elbow. Or maybe, for a few of you, you could wrap those forearms into these eagle arms, the Garudasana arms. As you inhale, squeeze those forearms, lift the elbows high, open through the side waist. Exhale, draw the elbows down towards the rib cage. Inhale, lift and extend through the side waist. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, open the arms back up, expand through the chest. And then exhale, give yourself a hug again. You can always stay with this first stage. Or take the left hand to the outside of the right elbow and really push. Give yourself a little resistance there. Maybe if you have more flexibility, you can weave those forearms and lift the elbows. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting to get extension through the side waist. Breathe into the sides of the lungs. And then exhale back down. Inhale, lift the elbows. You can turn the gaze up. And then exhale, gazing straight ahead. Open the arms back up. And then bring them back to prayer at the heart. Press into your hands evenly. Take the hands down and let's start to crawl into hands and knees position. So get the knees right underneath the hips and then walk the hands a little forward so that they're not right underneath the shoulders. We're going to start to move the body through space. The tailbone drops down between the heels as you slide the scapula, those shoulder blades on the back towards the fingers. And then inhale, engage the triceps as you come forward. Exhale, the hips start to round, feeding the sitting bones into the hamstrings so the hips drop to the heels. Inhale, wrap the breath around the movement as you slide forward and back. And this helps create that key action of drawing the low belly in and deepening at the hip crease that we'll take into downward facing dog. So begin to articulate through the spine. Really let the head relax as you move back. And fill up on the inhale, reach the sternum forward. Begin to walk the hands out and just come into this slowly, keeping the hips over the knees. It's like a downward puppy instead of downward dog. And it's moving towards Hatha, which is the heart bounding to the earth. So keep the elbows lifted and just see if you can find a little bit of movement as you round into the shoulders, the upper back, and then let the heart sink down towards the floor. And then try to round into the upper back and roll towards the crown of the head. Stay high on the fingers. Inhale, start to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And this time get the wrists right underneath the shoulder blades. Let's inhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, and exhale, sweep the leg up behind. Good. Try not to move the shoulders. Keep them your steady base. Just inhale, round, and exhale, extend the leg up. Inhale, round. So it's just like a cat-cow, but we're lifting one leg back, up, and behind. And then keep squeezing at the top of the thighs. You can always just place the right foot on the floor, or you can lift it hip height. But try to keep those hips balanced. Keep squeezing the top of the thigh and rotating that pinky finger down. Good. Get some extension through the spine. Left hand is extended forward and the thumb is up. Keep drawing in through the low belly and then set everything back down. Place the right foot forward and then take a little pulsation in the hip. So you press in, right hand comes to the thigh. Inhale, reach up with the left hand pressing into your right thigh. Exhale, sweep the left hand down. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, sweep it down to the thigh. Inhale, open the left side, get some extension. Exhale, take the left hand to the thigh. Inhale, right arm up, opening the right side of the body. And then exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, reach that left arm up and back. Circle the whole shoulder blade up and back, and then bring the hand down to the inside of the right foot. Just turn and gaze to the right. Maybe you can take it a little bit deeper by lifting the back knee, but keep pressing into the back heel. And the next stage would be to lift the right hand straight up toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring both hands down, drop the left knee towards the floor and come back to all fours. Begin to walk the hands forward again, heart towards the floor as you sink down. And then pull the ribs in towards the body, rolling towards the top of the head. So seeing if you can find some movement in the cervical spine. This place lacks mobility and strength from always sitting and hunching over things during the day. Then walk the hands back in line underneath those shoulder blades and we'll move to the other side. Inhale, draw the left knee in. Exhale, reach it up and back behind. Inhale, keep grounding to the inner wrist, the index and thumb, so you have a steady base in the shoulders. Inhale, draw the knee in. And exhale, extend it back behind you. Good. Feel that hamstring working a little bit. Keep standing on the right knee. And feel that flexion and extension in the spine. And then just reach the left leg straight back behind you. You can always keep the toes on the floor. Maybe take the right hand to the heart so you keep the chest buoyant and lifted. And then extend the arms and leg away from each other. Just imagine that spine lengthening out from gravity working on you all day, creating that space. And then take the right hand down. Bring the knee back through towards the nose and through the hands. Take the left hand to the thigh as you reach up and stand on the right knee. And then right hand to the right thigh as you open the left side of the body. And just let your hips kind of scissor together, pulsing forward and back here. Standing more on the right knee, and then the right hand comes down, and then you press into the left foot and extend with the left arm. Keep breathing. Inhale as you stretch the arm high. Exhale as you take the arm all the way down and around to free the shoulder blade. And then stand in that hand and just start to turn and gaze towards the back heel. Maybe you lift the back knee and bring the heel more over the ball of the foot. And then maybe you squeeze the thighs and even reach your left hand up toward the ceiling, keeping the navel looking up and over the left thigh. Exhale, bring the hands down, set the right knee down, and come back through all fours. This time, exhale, drop the hips back like we did at the beginning, and we'll stay here for a few breaths. Into the belly, breathe in through the nose into child's pose. Inhale, rise back up. And then exhale, start to sink down towards that heart to the floor pose on the Hatha asana. Sliding through onto the forearms, ground down in through the pelvis, and bring the elbows right underneath the shoulders. This is Ardha Bhujangasana, the half Cobra Pose. Dig into those elbows and then also traction back, so you open up the mid-back. And then we'll come into full Bhujangasana, so bring the hands right underneath the elbows now, or you can rise up onto your fingertips a little bit. But make sure you don't need your hands, so you're just working the muscles alongside the spine that support the spine, the multifidi and erector spinae. And then maybe press into the heel of the hand and just traction the spine forward. Press into your right hand and slide to the left, and then press into your left hand and slide to the right. So you move forward, back and to the side, side to side. Keep the pubic bone grounded in the tops of the feet, and firm those outer ankles in if they start to fall to the side. Press back through bent knees, strong arms, and drop the sitting bones back to the heels, back to child's pose, Balasana. Inhale, rise to hands and knees. Place those hands, ground steadily into the arms, and then reach the hips back again, bent knees, keep the hips high, and we'll start to move towards downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend the knees and let the heart sink towards the thighs, but keep the hips reaching high towards the sky. Bend the knees and let the heart sink down, and then see if you can fill out both sides evenly. So as you press back through the inner thighs, widening the back of the hips, you're also pulling the ribs in to widen that space of the shoulder blades. So you create that perfect form of a triangle. And then begin to take your feet hips width apart and walk your hands back to the back of the mat. This is the easiest way to come into a forward fold. Of course, bend your knees as much as you need to, and just shake your head no to release any tension. Inhale, slowly roll up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then we'll step up into the front of our mat as we begin some Surya Namaskars. Hook the thumbs to reach the hands up and overhead. Turn your gaze slightly up. Keep the quadriceps engaged to extend the kneecaps. Exhale, fold over your strong legs. Inhale, come up halfway, pressing the hands into the shins or blocks. Exhale, fold. Inhale, move with your breath. Extend the spine in one piece and then step back with the left leg. Drop the left knee. We've been here before. This time we'll reach both hands up overhead. You can always lace the bottom 3 fingers for Vira Mudra. Index and thumb extend. And then hands down to the heart. Place the hands to the earth, tuck the toes, lift the knee, and step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward dog. Ground steadily in the inner wrist, index and thumb. Drop to the knee, shift the heart forward, and then lower chest and chin halfway. Drop the pubic bone down, and you're back to the Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Just using those muscles along the spine. Press the hands into the earth, hips back toward the heels, downward facing dog. Ground into the feet. The heels may not be touching, just keep them grounding down towards the floor. And the arch is active. Inhale. Drop the knees and step the left leg forward. Reach the arms overhead again. Lacing or just keeping the hands shoulders width apart. Bring the hands to the forehead, to the earth. Lift the knee and step up, forward fold, Uttanasana. Ground down. Coming up with strong legs when you rise. So you feed the sitting bones into the hamstrings, reach the arms overhead, and then exhale, bring them back down to your thighs. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale, reach the arms high. Maybe you lean back a little. Exhale, hook the thumbs and fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway, and then step back with the right leg, lower the knee. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, place the hands down. Lift the back knee back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll the spine forward onto hands and knees. Exhale, chest and chin. Drop the pubic bone down and rise to Cobra Pose. Take a big breath, making the heart buoyant. Exhale, press into the palms. Slide back, hips toward the heels, tuck the toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward facing dog. This time, shift the shoulders over the wrists. You might need to use your hand to get the right foot up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, place the hands. Tuck the toe, lift the knee, and step the left leg to the right. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, back to standing, Samasthiti, balancing on our 2 feet. Hands to the heart, hook the thumbs. Inhale, reaching up, Urdhva Hastasana. Turn the gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, left leg goes back, lower the knee. Try to feel more the breath and the movement as you reach your arms on the inhale. And then exhale, place the hands down. Empty your breath as you slide into downward dog. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, chest and chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana, the Cobra Pose. Exhale, back, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Shift the shoulders forward, step up with the left leg as you lower the right knee down. And reach the arms high. Exhale, place the hands, step up, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, see the palms touch. Gaze is upward, exhale, hands are down by your sides. Take the hands to prayer one more time, increasing our circulation and our heart rate. Exhale, fold. Inhale, get some length. Right leg steps back, lower the knee. Inhale, reach the hands up as you stand on the right knee. Exhale, place the hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to hands and knees position. Exhale, lower slow, chest and chin. Inhale, slide the pelvis, navel, chest lifts with the use of your strong muscles. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, step the right leg up, lower the left knee. Inhale, rise. Reach, maybe a little bend. No pressure in the low back. Step back up, forward fold. Inhale, rise, see the palms touch. Exhale, back to standing, Samasthiti. And then bend the hips way back for Utkatasana. Fiercely, so the hips move back, shin bones back, inner thigh bones back, reach the arms up. And then bring the hands to the heart, take a big step open to the left, so the right leg is forward. Finding Pada 2, this is the foot position for Warrior 2. Heel to arch alignment. Just take the arms out by the sides and take a little bend through the knee. Notice how your left hip wants to come forward with you. So resist that temptation of the back leg. Squeeze the back butt cheek and ground down through the back heel. And then turn to the side. So keeping the legs steady, we're gonna move the shoulder blades, and notice the pelvis doesn't have to move with the shoulders. So as you inhale and roll the shoulders up, palms up, fill up the chest, and then keep it that open as you turn and gaze over the right finger. So the chest is open, side body is long, and legs are grounded, moving back in abduction. Thighs are moving back. Touch the back leg, make sure it's working for you, coming into the side opener in Warrior 2. Parsva Virabhadrasana. Ground through the back heel and reach up and over with the right hand. Breathe into your right lung and keep the bend through the front knee. Take all that space into the extended side angle as the right elbow comes down to the right knee. Or you can place the hand behind to a block or to the floor. But don't have the chest sacrificing, collapsing in this posture. Otherwise, keep the elbow to the knee. As you inhale, ground through the back heel and swim the left hand across the cheek. Exhale, thumb down by the hip. Inhale, left thigh bone presses back as you swim the finger by the cheek. Exhale, hand by the thigh, and it can rotate a little bit forward. So we're learning to anchor down through that back leg. And then take a breath there. Spin the left hand down and fold over the front leg. Use your right hand to step in a little bit with the back leg and press into a block or the shin with that right hand. And then begin to slide open into Trikonasana pose, the triangle pose. Stacking those shoulder blades, back hip is grounding down into the floor through that left heel. Big toe is pressing with the right foot. Inner inseams of the arms push forward to pull the left ribs back. And then slowly rotate the hips forward, drop the left knee down. Come back to that twist that we did at the beginning. So just looking over, you can keep the knee on the ground or lift and reach the arm high. And then exhale, step back up, forward fold, top of the mat. Ground down into your feet. Big breath lifts you up as you press the feet into the floor. Exhale, hands to the heart. I'm just going to move to the other side so you can see what I'm doing, but just stay at the top of your mat. Bend the hips way back, reach the arms high. Shin bones move back, and then bring the hands to the heart. Take a big step open to the right. So the left knee is forward now, bending that over the ankle. Heel to arch alignment, so look down at your feet and check it out. Good, don't let the right hip come with you, and keep pulling back through the right ribs. And then turn to the side, open the palms up, open the chest, get some breath up there. And then exhale, round the shoulders. Gaze over the left middle finger, that's a drishti, that's our focus point. So we're building concentration in these practices, but keeping the chest as open as it was with the palms up. Keep grounded and hollowing out through the back thigh as you touch the back leg with your right hand. Reach up and back with the left arm. Breathe into your left lung so you get extension, and just keep the knee bent as it was. Inhale, rise up. Take that space that you've created in the left side into the extended side angle. So don't let that left side collapse. You can take it to the floor or block, but keep some length. And then we'll stretch through the whole right side as you ground through the right foot all the way to the right middle finger. Exhale, turn the thumb down, place it by the hip, look down. Inhale, press the left thigh bone back as you reach the arm over the ear. And just move in and out, training that back leg as our anchor to stay steady so we can open the whole right side of the body. Inhale, stay and breathe. Spiral the tricep by the cheek. Press the thigh bone back. Get some extension there. Big inhale. Exhale. Step the back foot in, ground the heel, and place the left hand to the ankle or a block. Open up on the side plane to triangle pose. Press through the inner inseam of the arms. So you might need to come up a little bit higher, which is why a block's really nice, something to press into to get some extension. Ground through the back hip, and then feel a gentle twist as the right rib cage moves back over the left ankle. The neck is the last thing to release, just like in a spinal roll. Same thing applies when working on the sideline of the body. And then look down, empty your breath completely. Take the right hand down, spin the back heel up and lower the knee. Inhale, take the left hand to the thigh, easy twist over that left shoulder. Lift the knee, and then maybe reach the left arm up. From your heel all the way out to the crown, you're in a diagonal. Exhale, place the hand, step up, forward fold at the top of the mat. Relax completely, ground down. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Sink back again, back to that Uttanasana. Use a deep, resonant breath to help you fold there. Inhale, step the left leg back and the right and come into top of a push-up position, the plank pose. Feel the space underneath you as the body is super strong. Drop through the knees, chest and chin like we did before. This is the Bhujangasana pose. Ground through the pelvis and come through Cobra. This time we'll take the hands back behind us, working a little higher in the Cobra. So the palms are down, out to the side, and we're pressing into tented fingers. So right onto your fingertips. And then we'll rise up and back. Place the hands by the ribs. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Now settle in with a breath. Now inhale, reach the right leg high behind you. And then shift the shoulders over the wrist to step it through. We're coming into the Virabhadrasana 1 foot position. So the feet are hips width apart, ground through the back heel. Back leg strong, right hand presses into the thighs, you reach up through the left arm. Left hand to the thighs, you reach up through the right arm. We've done this scissoring action with the arms before. But keep your legs really active. And you can have a little scissoring action with the legs, following the arm to work those inner leg lines. So lace the hands for Vira Mudra, lacing the bottom 3 fingers, or just keeping the hands shoulders width apart. Turn your gaze slightly up, and then bring the hands back and slide the left foot forward, ground into your feet. You can keep holding the elbows behind your back, or some of you might be able to take Prajanjali Mudra, that reverse prayer behind the heart. Lean back over the fingertips or forearms and come forward halfway. Inhale, lengthen, look over the tip of the nose. Exhale, wave the spine just halfway forward. Feel how strong your legs have to get. Inhale, leaning up. And then exhale, folding forward. All the way down. The hands could come to 2 blocks or just to the floor. Or you can keep them stretching the wrists from all the gripping we do all day to the back of the heart. Ground to the big toe of the front foot and heel of the back foot, and try to keep the hips even through the use of the legs. Good. Reaching up with the right hip and grounding and gripping the left hip. Inhale, place the hands down and fold over. And then just find a little more relaxation in the spine. Place the hands down and step back to downward facing dog, that inverted V shape. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Slide the pelvis forward and lift back into Cobra Pose. This time we'll take another variation, lacing the hands behind us for Shalambhasana. So you can always stay with the fingertips down like we did previously. Place the hands by the ribs, take an inhale, and then exhale, push back through bent knees, hips toward the heels, tuck the toes, Adho Mukha Savasana, the downward facing dog. Inhale, reach high with the left leg. Try to keep the shoulders steady, pressing into both hands. Shift the shoulders over the wrist and step through. Ground the back heel. Feet are hips width apart, so your heels are directly under the sitting bones. Strong back leg as you rise up. Your right leg is extending back through the heel. Left shin is pulling back in flexion for that left hip. Right arm comes up. Exhale. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale. Left hand down, right arm up. Inhale. And then both arms up. Keep the shoulders. Keep the hands shoulders width apart, or lace the fingers. And then step that back foot up. Reach the hands back behind you again in that prayer, or grabbing onto the forearms. Lean back over those forearms or fingertips, and exhale, come forward halfway. So we're moving dynamically first, just to work the pathways of the pose, to get used to coming in and out, which is sometimes the hardest part of the practice. So wrap your breath around the movement and just notice what the legs have to do, what key actions are working to support you as you start to move forward and as you rise up. And then maybe you take it all the way forward. Your hands can come to 2 blocks or to the floor, or stay in that reverse prayer behind the heart. Try to get the right ribs toward the left inner thigh, gripping with the right outer hip, pressing into your left big toe and reaching high with the left inner thigh. And then just fold over that left leg. Don't get too caught up on my cues, it will come. And step back, spinning the heel up, back to downward facing dog. And just focus on your breath. Build our concentration by paying attention to sensations, our breath, our intention and motivation for practicing. Ground down into your feet from the forward fold. Rise up, reach the arms overhead, and exhale, hands back to the heart. Good. So step open to the side now for Prasarita Padottanasana. Just step open with one foot so you're facing the long edge of the mat, hands to the hips. Exhale, fold forward over your wide legs. So you don't want to make the legs too wide here or too narrow. So just find that perfect length. And your head may not come to the floor. Your hands might not even touch. You could take a block under your hands or head. And try to keep the hands in line with your toes eventually. Squeeze the outer hips and let the spine release. And then heel toe your feet together. Fold into just a traditional forward fold. And then roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach the arms high. Bring the hands back to the heart. Good. Hook the thumbs. Inhale, get some extension through the spine. Reach up. And then exhale, fold down. As you inhale, rise onto the balls of the feet this time with that action of squeezing a block between the thighs. Exhale, lower down slow. So try to take this in 4 parts. Inhale, rising up first, second, third, all the way to the top. And then lowering down in 4 parts, which is the hard part. Next time you're up, lace those hands, turn the palms up and get extension. And then bring the hands back to the heart. So that was the krama for tree pose, for Vrikshasana. And now we're ready to practice this balance. So just take the left foot into the shin or high up into the right thigh. Ground down into the right thigh. And wherever you can slide that foot up to, just keep it there. Squeeze the outer hips, hands press. If you feel steady, turn the gaze out in front of you. Maybe even look up to challenge yourself. And we just don't want that foot on the knee, so bring it up high enough or low enough. You can even use it as a tripod. Bring the hands back down, and don't be in a rush to come out. Draw the knee up and then slowly back down to Samastitihi. And when you're ready, ground into the left foot. Notice the difference between the 2 sides. Slide the right foot up where it goes, just not right on the knee. Hands to the heart, pressing. And breathe deep, right along the center of the spine. Really press into your hands too and make the elbows wide so you're engaging the pectorals and cleansing the lymph. And then when we raise the hands up, we can let that blood flow into the armpits, strengthening our immune system and washing over the lymphatic system. You can turn your gaze up if you really want to challenge yourself. Otherwise, just keep it slightly forward onto the floor. And then bring the hands back to the heart, pressing into the palms. Bring the knee up. Take a moment to balance there, and then bring the hand back down. Back to your center. Good. Take the feet a little bit wide. You can turn the toes out. Let your heels lift as you slowly lower the hips way back and down. So don't lower over your knees. Lower back to the squatting position. Working the knees, ankles, hips back. Heart lifts. Your heels may be way up off the floor. Just try to breathe into the chest and then use this to lower down all the way onto the floor. Good. Bring both legs forward and then bring the left foot high up into the right inner thigh. Rake the right hip back. You can even walk it back a little bit. Use your right hand for support behind the right hip and reach up and over with the left hand for Janushirasana. It doesn't matter how far you fold in this position. Your hands can be just alongside of that foot. If the hands do reach out to the toes, you can grab on. Or if they move beyond, you could grab on to your wrist with your right hand. And then keep trying to relax the left side of the body and create space through the right side of the body. Dig into the right heel and let the left side relax down. Keep trying to make the right hip nice and long. And breathe into your belly, also into the back. This is a great pose. A little bit of a twist for the pelvis, for the spine, a forward fold, wonderful for digestion. And just starting to calm the mind and cool the body for the lunar part of the practice. Take the left hand back behind you, press into the left shin, stand on your left knee, and reach the right arm up and over like we did in the extended side angle pose, just for a nice counter pose for that. And then come back, squeeze the left knee in towards the chest, and then place it up and over the right extended leg. Use your left hand for support now as you reach your right arm high. And then you can just hug the knee in or bring the elbow to the outside of the knee for the twist. Gaze slightly back over the left shoulder and relax the belly so you can breathe all the way down in. The second stage would be to start to bind possibly, if the right arm can reach under and the left arm around. We don't want to sacrifice the shoulders. Keep your right leg steady, pressing into the floor. Good. If we relax the belly, the blood can go to the deep organs beyond the superficial muscles. So keep the belly relaxed and the breath deep. And then come back to center, both legs extend for Dandasana. This is the seated posture of Samastitihi or Tadasana. Bring the right foot way up into the left thigh, and we'll take the other side. Left hand down, right arm reaches. Exhale, fold forward over the left leg. The left hip keeps moving back. Right ribs wrap towards the floor, relaxing the right side, right hip, and creating space and length through the left side of the body. With every exhale, just notice any tension falling away. And every inhale, let it go deep into the belly, getting more length and extension of the spine. And exhale completely before you rise up. Slowly start to walk the hands back up alongside that foot. Place the right hand behind. Stand in your right knee as you press out to the outer edge of the left foot and reach the left arm up and over, just like a big yawn, stretching and counterposing, the Janushirasana. Exhale, sink the hips back down and bring the feet forward again. Squeeze the right knee in, now lift it up and over for the half-seated twist. Take the right hand behind, reach the left arm up, elbow to the outside of the knee, or just hugging it in. So hug it in, keep it to the outside, or if you took the bind on the other side, take the bind. It's definitely a beyond beginner practice with the bind. So don't go there unless the shoulders are ready and open. Just keep it hooked. Breathe deep. And then slowly unwind. Take the feet forward. Slide the hips forward on the mat so you can lay down with your knees up toward the ceiling. And pressing the feet into the floor, right underneath the knees. Inhale, lift the hips and arms as you breathe in. Keep pressing into the shoulders. Legs are active as you breathe deeply into the top of the chest. Pressing the shoulder blades down. Neck is long. Take just the hands down by the hips now. Keep the legs active. And you can karate chop the floor. If your shoulders are pretty strong or tight, you can keep the thumbs up in that karate chopping. Otherwise, start to snuggle the shoulders together. Legs are pressing and active. Engage the inner thigh slightly. Kneecaps extending forward as the chest moves toward the chin. And just keep length behind the neck and ears. Still pressing into the upper arms for Uttanasana, the bridge pose. This strengthens our immune system. Give yourself a hug. So undo the arms, reach up overhead, and then slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae, relaxing the spine. And just notice what you feel. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the hips and arms. You'll place the hands by the ears. Otherwise, stay with the bridge pose. If you can come up onto the crown of the head, you'll come up a little bit deeper. Lift the heels and come up onto the balls of the feet. And then ground down, walk the feet in for Urdhva Dhanurasana, the upward facing bow. So just like the downward dog, only the hips are in extension instead of flexion. Two sides of the body moving away from each other to fill out that space. Free the head and neck and ground through the feet and quadriceps, and then slowly lower down with strong legs, bringing the chin in. Bring the knees together, feet wide, and take a breath. And then keep the feet really wide. Take your left hand to your navel, right arm stretches overhead as the knees fall to the left. Press into the outer edges of the feet. Cross the left leg over the right, just to get an extra side stretch into the piriformis. And then inhale, bring the feet back to the edges of the mat. Slide the hips to the left, knees to the right, right hand to the navel. Get some extension. If you want a little deeper sensation, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Breathe into the whole left side as the left hip drags away from the arm. And then roll onto your right side in fetal position. Use your arms to come back up to seated. Bring the hips back. You can elevate them if you're leaning back into the low back. Good. Inhale, extend the arms out. Exhale, reach forward as if you were hugging a tree. And then engage the upper back, move back and up. Exhale, move maybe a little more forward. So you're trying to get the belly towards the thighs first. You might be way up high, but that's okay. Just bend your knees towards your belly. If you extend out beyond your feet, wrap the hands around the toes. If you're still more at 90 in your seat, just stay there and breathe and bend the knees. Relax into the belly, breathe deep all the way down into the depths of the groin. The hips move back and the heart extends forward. So you just want to feel a gentle stretch through the back of the heels all the way to the back of the neck. Slowing down the exhales and lengthening out the exhales again, so we can calm the nervous system. And then inhale, slowly rising up. Bend the right knee in, dig into your left heel and come up for this half reverse plank. Ardha Purvattanasana. Fingertips toward the hips. Unless you have carpal tunnel, you can turn the fingers toward the edge of the mat. Bring the left knee up. Inhale, extend as you dig into the right heel. Press into the left foot. Still counter pose from that forward fold. Slide the hips forward and slowly lower onto your back. We're going to move into our inversion. So you can just stay with the legs up or rock the hips up into the hands. You can come into Viparita Karini just staring at the knees, the half shoulder stand, or walk the hands way up towards the shoulders, down towards the floor, as you extend the legs up and stare at the big toes. Squeeze the inner leg line and breathe deeply now in a Samavriti breath ratio, a balanced inhale and exhale, as you send all of that oxygenated blood to the heart and lungs and thyroid. Improving our cardiovascular system and lymphatic system. Breathing deep, reversing the effects of gravity. Should never have any tension in the back of the neck here. Slowly start to bring the toes over the head. And then you can lace the hands or just keep supporting your back if your toes are not reaching the floor. Some of you may be able to reach back for the toes, balancing higher up on the shoulders and coming into full extension of the sides of the body, full flexion of the spine. And then if you've reached for your toes, begin to place the hands back down to the floor. Bend your knees to make it a little easier to come out, or roll out vertebrae by vertebrae, using your hands into the earth. Some of you have just stayed with the legs straight up. And then bring the hands all the way down, legs all the way down. Inhale the arms up overhead, stretch the whole body long. And just gently twist side to side, just move around, a gentle massage, any way that feels good for your body right now as you start to move towards a more relaxed state, a relaxed healing energy in the body. And we'll set up for our counter pose of Matsyasana. So bringing the elbows pressing into the earth, you'll balance the crown of the head on a block or the floor. If you have any head or neck or shoulder injuries, you'll have the hands underneath the thighs. Otherwise, palms up, chest up, grounding through the thighs. So we're just opening the heart, the throat, and the third eye center. So our upper energy centers. Closing off the lower part. So this is our connection to truth, to compassion, and to our highest self, or our highest guru. And then take the hands back down. The yogis say that the fish pose is the remover of all disease, really benefiting the whole endocrine system. And then just move the ankles, flex, and wiggle around, squeeze and tense everything. Shake the head no. Start to drag the tailbone down and create space. If you have any tension in the low back, you could place blankets or bolster under the knees. And if the chin is lifted up and the mind can't relax, then grab a pillow for the head. Relax down into the toes. With conscious relaxation, the more you practice, the better you get. Allow yourself to feel the residue of your practice. Relax down into the knees. Relax the hips, the stomach, the mid-back. Relax the chest and the upper back. Relax all the way up to the top of the head and down to the fingers and toes. With each exhale, relaxing more and more and just allowing your breath to flow in. You don't even have to think about breathing. Just allow your body to be breathed. The breath is free. Just allow it to wash over you like waves washing over the shore, nourishing what needs to be nourished and carrying away anything that needs to be carried away. Feeling fully supported. Just allow yourself to rest for a minute here. And bring your awareness back into your body. Again, just like the rising sun gives color to the world, just feel like the sun rising over the toes, the shins, the knees, the thighs, along the spine, illuminating the front of the body, the back of the body. And start to feel your breath deepen so you can awaken slowly from your relaxation. Breathe in through the nose all the way to the belly, and then the chest, and then the sternum rise. And then exhale, relax the sternum, the chest, and the belly. Breathe in, filling up the belly, the sternum. And then exhale from the sternum to the belly. Inhale down into the belly, and then feel the chest rise at the top of the inhale. And exhale, relax the chest and then the belly. Take a big inhale in. And then roll over onto your left side. And take a few breaths here, just to feel balanced and grounded and centered, not coming up too fast. And then when you're ready, walk the hands out and come back into a comfortable seat. Hopefully it's more comfortable after the practice, but just observe this. Revisit your intention for practicing. Notice your breath, and then take a moment of gratitude for whatever it is you're grateful for today. Let's bring our hands to the heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.